car flipped over up there. We having fun?
I can't wait. This is what we live for.
How you doing? It's Cord from Mother's Off-Road Recovery. We went to support one of our friends from Cool Motors Motorsports, Sam Fabian, at a race with a Darkwater 100. It was featured at FRO. We started out the day just hanging out, doing what we needed to do to help Sam race and all that. And while we were in the pits, we were summoned by Liam O'Donnell, to go get a car from a ravine. And of course I said, yes, we'll do it, absolutely. About 20 minutes later, we had another guy come up and say that there was a car in the ravine. And he's like, no, there's two cars in the same ravine. One's upside down and one is still on its wheels. Of course, again, we said, we can handle it, we'll get it done. Sam finished his race, we packed up the pits, and then we ran out to go see what we had. And when we got there, we found ourselves with one Ultra 4 car upside down, and we found the other one was a Ford Bronco that was on wheels and was just down the ravine. So we decided to tackle the Bronco because it would take less time, and we were hoping once we got it out of there, he could drive away. And we figured the one that was upside down might not start because of the time it was down there. When we get to the scene, we looked down at the Bronco and we walked around to make sure there was no logs or sticks or anything that was going to cause issues on the recovery. So what we came up with the plan was to use my wrecker to pull back and make the car come backwards, and then we used Tom Major's Dakota on the roll cage to hold it upright so it didn't try to roll over as we were pulling it back up the steep embankment. Not only did Tom's truck hold it from rolling over, but it also supported it to stay up on the hill and bring it back to me. The biggest thing we had to overcome with the Bronco was to keep it going up the hill and not rolling over on itself.
The only thing I'm worried about is the front trying to slide down behind that tree. We might have to suck it up.
Yeah, that's.
I want to say that hill was at least 30% grade. It was pretty steep. It was hard to walk up and down. The other reason we put two vehicles on that was simply because there wasn't a safe way to do it with one vehicle and not worry about it rolling over on the way up. We were trying to coerce the car to come up the hill on a side plane. The biggest obstacle really was when the guy had it slide down the hill a little bit and got caught up on the tree. It was it's like, stop spinning the wheels, dude. Just let us pull you. You don't need the power. And he powered and slid it down the hill, and you know, we had it. It just caused it to change the vector of the triangle and move the farther down the hill instead of coming up where I really wanted it to come up. But Matt's Off-Road Recovery, I think a lot of times that's why he puts one of his guys in the car. Then something happens, then he can instruct them. With a race car kind of status, we don't really know the car. Some of these race cars have special things you have to do. My wrecker, everyone calls it the space shuttle launch. So to start certain off-road race cars versus a normal vehicle stuck could be different. And yes, we could ask the people how to start it, whatever. But at that moment, you might as well just let somebody who is used to the vehicle drive it. Now, if it was some random Yahoo out in the woods and got stuck, I probably would have put somebody that I trusted in the seat. But being a race car driver, I feel like most of the time those guys are pretty good about knowing what they got to do in their own vehicles when they're in a situation. What happened was why the Bronco ended up in the ditch is his quickener gear went bad, so he didn't have any steering. So I ended up towing him after we got the Ultra 4 car all figured out. We ended up towing the Bronco back to his trailer. But that was a fairly straightforward recovery on the Bronco. There's nothing that was too outlandish. I hope you enjoyed the recovery of this Bronco. It was a fun recovery. It was fairly simple. We got it done. It took a little bit of thought, a couple friends, and it was a good time. If you saw the other car in the background, you'll see us recovering that. Catch you soon. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and follow. Please share it to your friends. We're trying to grow. We appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Mark.
And now I understand why every single, actually, whatever.